Hi, I'm Mandy and this is my channel Make It So. So I've got a confession to make. I've been totally useless as a vlogger. Can't even get my words out to say it, but I said that I would be making you fed up with me in March because I was going to put so much content out, and it's now the 22nd of March and this is my second, or really first vlog in March. It's just been busy. I've had life things going on. I've done a couple of sewing socials, but I haven't actually been in my sewing room for nearly 3 weeks because I'm training in a new job and I'm doing Monday to Friday, and by the time I get home my brain is so fried that sewing is the last thing on my mind. I've done one thing which I can show you. I've made a couple of things that I can show you now, but yes, it's been a bit dormant in the sewing room and my sewing machine has been gathering a bit of dust. So I'm hoping to turn that around. I've only got another 2.5 weeks of training and then I'll be on shifts and I can finally think, yes, I've got some time and my brain is not so fried and I can get on with some projects. So what have I been up to? That's the question. So when I last spoke to you, that was, I think, the beginning of March. And I can't remember if I told you if I'd been to Lincoln or not, or whether I was telling you I was then going. So I'm going to maybe repeat myself, but forgive me for that. So I went and saw my brother. My lovely husband drove us up to Lincoln on the 28th of Feb, and then on the 1st of February, because it was my brother's birthday on the Saturday, the 28th, we had a lovely meal, and then on the Sunday we went to Scotland and I went to the social. And I carried on with one of my makes there that has taken me nearly a month to make. But again, it's been a long process getting some time in and it involved hand sewing. So I did that and it was a really lovely weekend. Back to training on the Monday, not so good. And then the following weekend was the Plymouth Frocktails. And I'm going to put some pictures in here because again I didn't film anything. I was there with friends and I just wanted to enjoy the moment, and it was lovely to catch up with everybody in the sewing world, and it was a lovely weekend, very busy, very full on, and a 7-hour journey driving back. So again on the Monday going back to training, my brain was really not in the mood, but luckily it wasn't such a long tiring day, so at least I could come home and rest. So I had some lovely sewing weekends at the beginning of March, and then it's just gone so far. The Stitch Festival has been on this weekend, but unfortunately I couldn't go because I needed a break from everything, and also I'm on the last sew standing, so I can tell you about how I'm getting on with that as well. So anyway, that's what I've been up to really. The first thing I'm going to show you is something I forgot to show you in my last video. I'm very good at that. I'll suddenly be like, ah, I made that. Why haven't I shown you all? So it's a bit big and clumsy, but I absolutely am in love with it. Sad, I know, it's a bit of wood and some fabric, but I'll try and show you the whole thing and I'll put a picture in. I made this into a pressing mat following my lovely friend Adam from Adam Sews tutorial. I've been wanting to make one for absolutely ages. I'd changed my trolley a long while ago into an ironing station, but I just found that the height of it just wasn't enough for me, and I found myself really bending over and hurting my back using it. Plus it's quite clunky in the way, and I thought at least with this one it's nice and flat. I can put it on my cutting table when I need it, and then I can put it down by the side when I don't. And it's just been lovely. I've done lots of wadding and heat proof batting and everything, so I've been using that quite a lot and I love it so much, Adam, that I'm now going to use an old IKEA door. It's a tiny little door, but I thought this one would be great, obviously minus the hinges, as a little travel board, so I can take it with me on my socials, and if I'm only pressing tiny little bits then I don't have to get up to the iron board or queue for it. So that is my next plan, to do that one. But I absolutely loved it. I loved the fabric I used. It was in my stash, so I thought I'd do black so that it doesn't show up all the marks so much. and I've been using that a lot when I've been in here. So that was my first make to show you. And then the second make to show you is something that the lovely Sam from So Let's Sparkle with Sam got me for my birthday. And she bought me this little kit from Cloth Kits, and it's a pencil case. And this is one of the easiest things I've ever made. So the instructions were so simple. All you had to do, I'm going to turn it inside out so you can see it all, warts and all, is you literally folded over the top piece of the fabric. Don't know if you can see that. And then you put the zip on top stitched it. So you did that for both sides, and then all you had to do was literally sew up 3 sides, and that was it. So I did that very quickly. I think I did it during a social, I can't remember now, but it didn't take me very long at all. So that's a lovely purple pencil case, and I'm going to be putting my pens and things in for work because that just makes me smile. So thank you, Sam, that was a really lovely gift. Then after that, I think I mentioned that I was doing a pattern test, and I can finally reveal it now because it's all been released. And it is the Ellie and Mac Sydney Sprocket pillow. Bit of a mouthful. So I'll show you the actual pillow first. So I did this one, and this is a 13-inch pillow, and it's a great scrap buster. So I used all my scraps that I had, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do it double-sided. So I did exactly the same on the other side, and then finished it off with these lovely little buttons that say handmade with love. And I also did a handle. So the pattern comes in 3 different sizes, 13-inch, 15-inch and 17-inch. You can either do double-sided like I have, where you've got exactly the same, or you can do it with a plain back, and then you've got this optional handle as well, so you don't have to have the handle. But I absolutely love it. It's for sale now, and my name is actually on the pattern, which I'm quite chuffed about, to say I tested it, and there is a little picture of this on there as well. But it's just a lovely size, it's a great scrap buster, so if you fancy having a go at that, go and look at Ellie and Mac's website because it's on there now. That sounds like a right advert. I'm not earning anything for showing you that. I just thought it was a great scrap buster to do because I'm trying to get through my stash. So the last one, I'm actually going to finish it with you now. And I think I mentioned that I was doing the Noodlehead making backpack, and I decided to do it because there's 2 sizes. You've got a regular and a mini, and I thought it'd be nice to have one for work for my new job. So I made the regular size, and I had decided to do the alternate front pocket as well, because I thought I should really show you on the picture, that would make more sense. That's the plain pocket, and then I think you can just about make it out there. This one's got like a pleat in it, so it makes it an expanding pocket, and I thought that would be handy for me to put all my stuff in. I say stuff because you know what bags can get like for work, they do fill up quite easily. So I used some leftover corduroy from my heyday dungarees I made over a year ago now, and I used some lovely Cafe Facet fabric for the lining. And I thought what would be nice was to show you the inside of my rucksack first, because it's always really hard to show you once it's been turned inside out. So I thought, why not show you everything inside first. What took me so long was the binding, because when I folded it over it was actually a lot longer on the other side, so I couldn't have used the machine to then sew it down because it would come through here and not look very nice. So I decided to hand sew it, which took me over the course of 2 weeks probably. Not because I was doing it every night, but I'm not a lover of hand sewing, and I find that once it gets really dull light, even though I had a light on me, my eyes were too tired to actually do it for long. So it did take me nearly 2 weeks just to do the binding. but it's now finished. So one side you have this lovely pocket with the zip, so I can show you that one, and then inside is the lining again. So I've done that. I've put a little label on here, and I believe wherever it is, there we are, thanks I made it. This one come from Studio 77. And then, is there anything else on the inside to show you? Probably not. So I can show you all that, and then I'm going to do the big reveal, and I haven't done this yet, so I'm hoping this goes to plan. I'm just going to turn it all inside out, and obviously it will need a bit of a poke in the corners, but I thought I would show you what it looks like now it's done, and then I can use it as well. So nearly there, just flip these in as well. There we go. I absolutely love this bag, I have to say. It's been a lot of love, but it is now finished. So the first thing I can show you is the zip on top, and I'm absolutely in love with this zip. I bought this one from Little Legs, and they only had this length that I used left, and I don't think it is in stock still, but I'm going to check it, and if it's changed I can let you know on the screen. But I've got another little handbag zip pull, which again I love, and it's got these little tags, zip tabs they're called, aren't they, on each side as well. And then you've got one of these is a handle, and one of these is a hang loop. They're pretty similar sizes. And then I've got Happiness is Handmade. I think I got that from Little Rosy Cheeks. I think I did. But I absolutely love that because I think it all goes. And then on the alternate pocket you have this gusset. So if I lift it up, you can then see the funky zips that I've got under there as well. Again, I've got a handbag pull. So if I open that one, you can see inside. It's quite a big roomy pocket as well. Hoping you're getting all this on the camera. And then on the back, I've got some webbing. So for the back straps, you've got the webbing as well. And they have these funky little tabs on each side with a little bit of webbing there. And then you've got your rectangular ring and your adjustable sliders. So it's got a lot of thought gone into it, the pattern. The only downfall with Noodlehead is you don't get pattern pieces, you only get measurements. So you pay a fair price for the pattern, but then you have to obviously do all the measurements. But their instructions are really clear, and what I did was, for a lot of them, I actually done a template because I thought this isn't going to be the only time I make this. If I love it, I'd rather have them all ready so I can make them again. But I'm really chuffed that I could use a scrap of cord that I had left over to make this really lovely backpack, and I will put some pictures on it as well, and you can see some of the process. But what I wanted to talk to you about was these bits here on the straps are actually webbing inside, and you had to use two different types or widths of webbing. One was your 3.8, which is this one, which I've used before, I absolutely love. I bought that from Boys in Lincoln. But then you needed to use the 1.5 inch webbing, and of course you can't get matching webbing with this, so I made my own. So I'm going to do a little separate tutorial so you don't have to watch me waffling on again. I'll do a separate tutorial which I'll release probably 2 days after this one, and then I can show you how I did that, where I've covered it, because I thought that really blended in nicely like that, and it wouldn't have looked the same if I'd used a totally different webbing. So I think that really finishes it off. But that was my bumper make that's taken me nearly a month to do. But it's finished and I'm really chuffed, which now means I can start to think about what else I want to make. That's been the difficult bit. I sat here yesterday and I was like, right, what's next on my plans? And my mind went blank. Obviously I've still got things I told you I was hoping to make, which one I definitely have to do, which is the blouse, and that's the collaboration with the lovely Laura. from So Very Laura. I've still got my Bertha cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons that I want to make. I also want to make the Label Keeper by Adam because I really want to make that. It looks amazing. I also want to make a Rita shirt dress now it's starting to get warmer, because I've only got one, so I need more in my life, and I want to do a sew along for that. And then I also want to do a couple of zip up jackets, or zip up sweatshirts, I suppose you could say, whatever, just a zip up jacket, so that if I am getting cold once it's a bit warmer, I can just take that off or put it on easier than if I have to take off a sweatshirt over my head. So I'm hoping to do the Sinclair Juno zip up jacket for that, because it's in tall range as well as the regular. So I think that'll be really nice, and I've got plenty of fabric, haven't I? So I think I'll be fine there. So that's the plans I'm hoping to do. How long it's going to take, I don't know, but I really just need to get my head clear, get my training over, and then I can focus a bit more on my sewing again, and obviously bringing you lots of vlogs. So just a little update for you on the last sew is standing. I am in the heavyweight section. I don't know how many people are in the heavyweight section. She did say I was the first one when I did sign up, but I have bought absolutely nothing. I've had a few moments where I've been like, oh, that looks amazing, I'll have a look, and then I'll tell myself, no, don't even look at it, because you can't buy it. So that is one of the main reasons I didn't go to Stitch Festival, because that would have just been like dangling carrots everywhere. But I am going to be going through my notions next, because Stash Hub have just released a notions section, and that will keep me busy because I have got quite a few notions, but I think that would be good to have a note of everything, so that when I'm planning a project, I know that I've got everything to use for that project, rather than getting stumped when I suddenly realise, for example, like I didn't have the webbing for that, but I found a way round. So yes, nothing has come in this room at all. I haven't even used my gift vouchers that I got for my birthday in February, so I'm doing quite well, aren't I? Yes, I have obviously been at work a lot more, but they do have breaks, and I could sit on there and be like, oh, that's nice, bye, bye, bye. But I haven't, so I'm really chuffed that I can actually say for 22 days, because it is the 22nd today, I think, I haven't bought anything. So yay. So obviously I am hoping to continue that, but I haven't even had time to take stock of the fabric I've got and plan any further than what I've told you already. So I think that will be an eye-opener for me, and I might even share that little journey with you to show you why I needed to do the last sew is standing, and then you'll understand why and what I'm, you know, putting myself under to do it. But I don't think I'll suffer, let's just say that much. I've got plenty to keep me going, so I should be fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a little thumbs up, and I'd love to hear from you. Apologies if I haven't commented back to you. That will be sorted in the next couple of days. It's just been a manic week, month even, so yeah, I'm hoping to be back to semi-normal soon. So take care, and if you can find some time to sew this week, make it so. Bye for now.